Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, welcome to Alaska, right? So yeah, I'm shooting from home today. We had a freeze, not a record-breaking freeze or nothing like that, but just another freeze, right? And so, Dallas, we're not really prepared for that. So they shut, school systems down. I shut the business down for a couple of days just to make sure, keep everybody safe, right? I know there's probably some people that was upset or whatnot, but that's just how the business is sometimes. So what I would say is, again, I am at home. Y'all know I'll give you raw, uncut videos. Got my children running in and out, right? You're going to hear some noises, yelling, banging of toys, all that type of stuff. But within all of this, hopefully I can give you a message that's going to help you. So again, I'm always trying to find a way to help you build your business, right? Don't jump on the bed, son. I want you to shake it. You come over here, though. I want you to have ways to build your business. So when you get into the fitness industry, the thing that you see is a lot of guys, they try to keep up with documents and so forth, handwritten or not at all. Like just literally, did you pay, and go through your phone and see who paid and whatnot. And so what I would say is as early as possible, because I know a lot of the apps that I use and so forth to keep up with all the documentation and all that stuff, it costs, right? And then we're trying to basically start from zero and get to a certain point. But again, this point right here that I'm talking about, you're not quite at zero, right? You're a little bit above zero. You got the boot camps going, like I mentioned in previous videos. If you didn't see it, go back and watch some of those videos. But you got the boot camps going. You got people coming in. You got your tribe built up, right? But you need to make sure you keep it organized so you can actually see what your cash flow look like, and you can have an idea of who's coming in and out, right? And what you want to do eventually is get to the point where you're not manually having to keep up with who did Zelle and who did Cash App and who did, because that becomes a headache and it doesn't tie into a check-in system, right? But in the beginning, you have to do those things. So you might need Square Tap to Pay, and you might need Zelle, and you might need Cash App. And I'm gonna say start out with those things. But what you want to do is try to level up and go get a paid service that allows you to collect payments and see like who's also paid and who's not. And what's gonna happen is you don't have to keep chasing people down. You want to get a system that is automated, right? So there's plenty of systems. I'll mention the one that I use. Hopefully one day we can monetize, right? But right now it's gonna be a free plug for them. So I use mindbody now. I didn't always use it, but I use mindbody now because of the level of, my facility, obviously with so many people coming in, coming out, having to keep up with employees and all that type of stuff. You want to have a system that allows you to see everything and make it easy and simple for you. And so again, like I said, I use what's called mindbody. Within mindbody, of course, all of my merchant is done. So all of my, what's what I'm looking for? All of my merchant transactions are done. So whether I have somebody on a month to month or a 3-month contract, 6-month, 12-month contract, PTs, whatever it is, they all go through that one system. That way I'm able to keep track of who paid, who didn't, right? Because it gets a little bit tricky. And yeah, I might have some one-offs just because I'm the owner of the business and I've been there so long, with people who've been with me before I had the apps. It's just comfortable with, hey, I already sent the money, whatever. All right, cool. But on a bigger scale, though, you're trying to grow your business, because remember, you're trying to build a tribe of people, and that tribe of people bring in more people. You won't be able to know everybody, especially when you start bringing on employees and their coaching classes. So what you want to do is get to the point where you have a system that's going to allow you to be hands-off, per se, and being able to keep up with it. They call it continuity programs, right? Meaning you got membership set up. So, and that's kind of one of the topics I want to touch about, is having a continuity set up or continuity program set up, so that way you can make more money and spend less time working, right? Because that's what it boils down to. But the only way you can do that is if you have a system. And so when you have a system that allows you to do that, that gives you the opportunity to, again, track and see what's coming in and what's going out, right? And then also be able to step away some as well. And I'm gonna touch that in a second. But let me stick to the main topic right now, which is getting you a system set up. Why? Because if I have that system, like we already mentioned, it allows you to see who paid and who didn't, right? And if you get the right system like mindbody, when they check in, it's gonna alert you, it's gonna let you know. Are there some bugs and things that can be corrected in mindbody? Yeah, that's any system. But for the most part, it does the job. So you'll see who's checking in, checking out, and it alerts you who paid and who didn't. Now you don't have to, even if you want to have those conversations, which I encourage you to have those conversations, right? You don't have to have those conversations, because an email will be sent out to those people, letting them know, hey, you didn't pay on such date, or your payment's coming up, or your card is expiring, right? Anything, right? So what you want to do is have a system that helps you, especially when you don't have front desk help yet, because in the beginning, you won't be able to afford front help desk. I mean, I'm 6-7 years in, I still don't necessarily have a front desk help, even though I have people helping. But it allows you to do those things without having to worry about having those conversations continually, and it holds the client accountable when they check in, especially with mindbody. You get one ding, you're good to go. You get 2 dings and everybody's listening, they know, oh, this person didn't pay, or there's a hiccup in the system, right? And so it just kind of holds you accountable. Nobody want to check in and hear the 2 dings knowing that you're the one who didn't pay, right? So those systems help with that. So what I would recommend is finding one that allows you to track payments and let those payments be attached to the actual check-in system. Because you can track payments through Square right now, but Square doesn't necessarily have it set up to where you can check when people check in with you, that you're able to see right there live, right? And so you want to be able to have that, because again, it saves you a headache. You don't have to worry about going back and forth with people. They know, hey, look, you didn't pay, it's time to pay, or it's time to re-up, or whatever it is, right? And so that's why I would do that, right? And so those two aspects of it are like the basis of it. And once you realize when you get in business that it's hard to track numbers continually, especially when you grow, then you'll realize how important having that is. Again, because in the beginning, it's fine. We're doing boot camps and everybody pay cash or drop in. That's cool. But when you start growing, you want to bring in people, you're going to need that. So now the second part of it I was going to talk about was the continuity aspect of the actual being able to step away from the job. When you have it set up to work, continuity, I'm just fancy word, basically automatic payments every month. You got automatic payments coming in every month. You have your memberships set up, because that's what it is. You have your membership set up to where people pay and it's unlimited training, or however you decide to do it, right? 2 to 3 times a week. However you decide to set your business up, it's set on automatic pay for that business, right? And so once you have that set up, guess what? Now that allows you to kind of fall back some when you build up to a certain amount. Obviously, you got to have the capital to be able to pay employees, but you can have the ability to do so when you have a system set up. And so what I mean, like right now, I gave the whole staff off basically. So we got 2 days off because of the weather. But if I need to travel, like this week coming up, my daughter has a tournament in Vegas. I need the business to operate. Of course, personal training clients, right? I'm not going to be able to reach and touch them, right? But I can still program online and send them workouts if they so choose. But as far as the gym as a whole, right? The money doesn't stop coming in just because I'm leaving. Why? We have a system set up. We have a system set up. It's automatically set up. Every month we know it's coming in. We know it's going out. Because that is set up that way, people can come in, check in. Doesn't matter who's coaching. If I'm coaching, one of the coaches for the company is coaching, whether we have a contract coach, whoever. It's already set up to where I can leave and the money's still coming in. You want to do that in any business that you start with. Whenever you can have a continuity program or a system that is set on automatic with automatic memberships coming in and out, and you sell those memberships to the best of your ability, that's the best way to free yourself from the business so you can grow the business and do other things. And I'm just now, like, I've been working hard to make sure I get to a point where I can step away, empower other employees, and hopefully they take the step to empower themselves and become bigger within the company. But my job initially is to establish the company, support myself and my family, of course, be able to support other families, give them opportunity, and then be able to step back, grow the company, bring in more members and have all the good time and do all the stuff that we do, right? Pool in the money to the business so that we can be able to grow the staff, and eventually have a company that can be around for a while. And I'm just now getting to that point. And I told you I'm gonna make one of the videos 0 to 6 figures, right? And I'm gonna talk about actual numbers and so forth, because a lot of people won't do that. But I'm gonna actually talk about it, and I'm gonna show you how 0 to 6 figures is possible, but it's also not the end all be all, because once you get to that point, like, the work just begun. But sticking to the topic, continuity program, you want to make sure you have that, because again, it's going to allow you to step back. So let's just say if you're doing personal training and you're making pretty good money, your time, right, is dedicated to those hours that you promised those clients based off of how much you charge and so forth. And you have to spend that time with those clients. Nothing wrong with it. I still do it for now. I give myself another 9 years before I retire, right? So I get it. But if you want to travel and do certain things and you don't get those sessions in, right, you don't get paid. Or even if you got prepaid, guess what? When you come back, you got to get those sessions in. Versus a membership setup, it doesn't matter how many sessions it is. It's unlimited. And my gym is unlimited for everybody who signs up, right? So now anybody can come at any time. We have classes set up, and all that money that's pulled in from all the members goes and dispersed to whoever coaches those classes, for sure. But me being the owner and being the one who needs to travel, needs to step back, and need to build the business and do the back end, I need to be able to step away and still have money coming in, right? To be able to support me and my family, and also support the coaches in the business. And that's the only way you can do it. So I would recommend you doing that, because again, it helps you with the check-ins. It helps you keep track of what's coming in, what's coming out. You don't have to worry about going back and forth with members, and you just handle your business, let the system do it. It sends out automatic emails, let the system work for you. Like I said, I can recommend others. I've seen others that I've used. I won't mention others, but the one I use right now is mindbody. And so I would tap into that if you have opportunity to do so. If you have the finances right now, go ahead and do it. If you don't, there's others that are more affordable, but can kind of get the same job done, right? So that's something I would look at as far as like building. And then the next thing I would look at, because that's really just one aspect with two parts of one aspect, right? The next thing you want to look at is when you're talking about retention. And those systems help you with retention as well, because there's a lot of widgets and so forth set up within it that'll help you with retention. But communication, right? Communication is another aspect of it. When communication happens, this is where the magic happen, so to speak, because this allows you to be able to put out new information. This allows you to put out, stuff for people to see and make yourself findable, basically. Like when you go to the marketplace, right? If people don't know that you sell anything, they won't buy from you. So communication as far as being in the marketplace and letting people know who you are, what you have, what you're selling, that's going to be key as well. Why? Because again, if you're in the marketplace, you need to sell. People gotta know. Like you go to like an auction or whatever, you hear my guy going off because he's trying to sell something, right? If we didn't hear the price, we wouldn't know how to bid. Or if you go back in the day when they used to have the actual market set up, like a farmer's market now, if you're not actually out there in the market and telling people what it is that you have, nobody knows and nobody's going to buy from you, right? And so you want to be able to communicate your messages. And so there's different systems that you can use, different CRMs. I use mindbody as a whole, and I also use Instagram and things of that nature. And now I'm gonna start tapping into YouTube, but I use those as my primary means of communicating, right? And there's plenty of systems that you can use for your primary means of communicating. But whatever it is, make sure you're communicating the message of whatever it is that you're selling, right? Because if you're not able to say, hey, I'm training, or hey, we have this special, or you have a way to reach the people and let them know what it is that you're actually doing, then it's kind of pointless, right? Because you could be the best. And I'm pretty sure there's other people that's better than me at training. Or it might be people that's better than me at being a business owner. But how many people actually put the message out that, hey, I'm a business owner and I'm a trainer, and I'm a coach and I'm a father and I'm a believer. So I put all the information out there so people know who I am, know where to find me, know what type of person I am. So when they come, they know exactly what it is they're getting, right? And one of the main things I'm getting on right now is make sure people know how authentic and real my gym is, because there's not a lot of gyms like it. And I ain't saying it's the best gym. It's the best for me and what I'm trying to do, though. And the people that I want to impact and the lives that I want to change, it's the best for that. And so that's the message that I put out. And I want to make sure that nobody comes through the door with some type of misunderstanding of what it is that we do, right? So that's my means of communicating to the people who I am in the market, what I have to sell, right? I've trained professional athletes, general population, military, you name it, we've done it. And so I want people to know that, hey, this is a place where you come to get, your body changed, basically, and your mindset changed. I've seen people come who never trained before. They still have success and really get to the point where they think they know it all, which is cool. But they think they know it all because we taught them at least much as we could, and we put them through the fire to make like the change happen that they were looking for, to the point where it's like they start looking at other places and going to other places and start challenging themselves, which is cool. It's the gym and fitness industry. It's gonna happen. Go do your thing, right? But I know that that's my role. And so like I make sure that people know that when they come in, we're here to forge you, we're here to change you. I constantly communicate that. And so that's just my 2 cents on like 2 ways that you can help yourself grow in business, especially in the fitness industry. Because again, if people don't know who you are, they can't find you, you won't get more clients. So you have to do that. You have to make sure you communicate, put it out there by any means, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and be consistent with it, right? And just make sure that your message is consistent. Make sure you're consistent, right? And this is one thing I'll touch on before I go. When I say consistent, I mean showing up, right? I'm not saying you won't have days when you can't be there, or but when you're supposed to be there, you say you're gonna be there, right? And make sure that you come with the right attitude. Make sure that you are consistent with who you are with the people. Like I'm consistent with who I am. I promise you. Like what you get right now is what they get from me. They don't get a different Coach D. Right? I don't come to work. I'm chipper one day and then the next day I'm somber, or like I'm demanding one day and the next day it's no. Even kill. This is who I am. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about what I've built. Right? I'm all in on what I've built. If you don't like it, guess what? You can go. But if you do like what we're doing, let me try to help you get to where you're trying to get to, right? And that's how I am across the board. And my people know it. And I think the ones who really appreciate what we've done, because when you look at my retention, it's all the people who started with me. The retention rate was, I believe, 70+% as far as people who started with us in the beginning. And that's cool. But people who came in later, it's like at 58% or something like that, right? So 58% kind of in, kind of out with the new people, because they didn't see it from the beginning to where it is now. So they don't really appreciate it, right? How the other people appreciate it, and that's fine, and that's cool. But like I told you, I'm trying to build a certain tribe. And so with that 70%, if I can continue to pour into them and build with them, and communicate with them, and do all the things I'm supposed to do, I can build with that and continue to grow slowly with that. And that's kind of where we are right now. So I'm hoping that the information I'm giving you is really helping you, because again, I'm not doing this just to make videos for you. I'm doing this to make sure that everything I give you is worth value, right? And that you're able to use this from the time I turn this video off and I walk around and I take the mic off and so forth. By the time I get ready to do that, I hope I gave you enough information to help you start to grow your business, especially if you're in the fitness business in 2025. It's your boy, Coach D. Make an excuse or make a way.